I don't know if some of you guys caught at the end of my last video, I was like, it's gonna be an awesome video next week. Hopefully. I overnighted a package on Wednesday night, and it still hasn't gotten here. So, on to plan B. The topic for this week is drugs, more specifically weed. Yeah, we're going there. Every time I go to LA, I get contact high just driving down the 110. Just, you know, the 8 cars that are all in front of me are all smoking out and all the weed is blowing through my vents. I spend $100 a day on food every time I go to LA because I constantly have the munchies. So calm it down, friends in LA. Have I smoked weed before? Yes. Have I done meth and ecstasy and sold a little bit on the side? I mean, who hasn't? I'm kidding, by the way. We got the gateway games, there's also gateway drugs. So it's probably the best joint to start. Because you can't miss what you've never had. Think about it. Here's the thing about weed though, it's not a physical addiction, it's a mental addiction. Unlike nicotine, when nicotine gets in your system like cigarettes, that's a physical addiction. It's all mental, because what happens is the first time you actually experience that high, your body starts getting accustomed to it the more you do it. So the more you smoke, your body starts getting accustomed to it and the high isn't as high anymore and it starts getting lower and lower and you're constantly chasing that high. It's like Wile E. Coyote. He's never gonna catch the Roadrunner. He thinks he's gonna catch him, but it's not gonna happen, homie. I'm sorry. I've actually only been high one time. I've smoked out with my friends a handful of times. I've never paid for it. Back when everybody was listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony, all they were talking about is getting high, you know, so everybody around that time wanted to try it, and I was one of those people that, you know, when my friends came around like, hey dude, you gotta hit this, I was saying no for a while until the right person was just like, that peer pressure was so thick. I was just like, oh, okay, leave me alone, fine, I'll just, real quick. See, whenever we'd smoke, I was the paranoid one in the group, so I think that's the reason I could never get high. We'd all be sitting in the car, out in the middle of nowhere, and I'd be like, did y'all hear that? I'll be right back. And I never got high. I was beginning to think I was some kind of mutant, like from X-Men. You know how Wolverine, his body's always adapting really quickly? I thought that was me. But there was one night, I'm at this party, I'm the only completely sober one, and this girl takes off her clothes and she has a bathing suit underneath and jumps in the pool, and like the moonlight hitting this girl's glistening body is just like, dang. And I'm, you know, just sitting on the lawn chair, and then she reaches out and she grabs the little blunt and she's like, and she goes back to swimming, and then I'm just like, let me hit that real quick. And the blunt is going around and I'm just watching her, and then I'm just like, there you go. And then it'll come back around, just like, yeah, this is very good. After a few rotations, I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna jump in the pool here. So I just like flex a little bit and my shirt just like incinerates. As soon as I hit that water, it was like the effects hit me. I'm laying in the pool, I'm doing the dead man float, and it just feels so good. Like, it feels like I'm flying. I'm only like reaching for air every few minutes, like. And now that I think about it, nobody even jumped in to try to save me, nobody poked me. I could have been laying there dead with X's over my eyes. Like, best friends in the world. I get out the pool and I see like worms on the floor, and these worms are like rainbow colored, and like the colors of the rainbow keep like pulsating through the worms. And I'm like, does anybody else see these worms over here? I don't even know what they had us smoking out back now that I think about it. It must have been some pretty powerful stuff. I ran full speed into a glass door before the night was over. It was not my proudest night in my life, but yeah. I think that was the last time I smoked. The fact of the matter is, we don't know what the heck our day is gonna hold, so it's probably best to go through that day sober-minded, because it only takes one moment to change your entire situation forever. I like to control my habits, not let my habits control me. So we're good, right? If anybody comes up to you, or next time somebody comes up to you and they're like, yo, you wanna hit this? You're gonna say,